Hello again, and thanks for watching the Life Kawaii. This is a dress pattern review of the very easy Vogue 8615. I've been promising it for a little while. Finally got around to having the time to make this video. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the pattern itself. I'm wearing the dress and I am going to show you what it looks like. The only two things that I would change, there are two directions, and I would like to preface by saying I understand why they did it, because it's a very easy Vogue pattern and they probably wanted to make it so that a beginner would have an easier time with it. I don't like how they do the sleeves. They actually have you attach the lining for the sleeve and the sleeve itself together before you put it into the dress. In better dressmaking patterns, they would have you put the sleeves onto the actual inside of the lining. So my lining sleeve would be attached to the inner lining of the dress, and the nice fabric of the sleeve would be attached to the nice fabric of the dress, and then you would put them together. And then you would usually hand stitch the sleeves. Whenever I get up and show you what the dress looks like, I'll show you why I'm not a fan of that. So I opened the pattern back up to find the exact steps I wanted to warn you about, and they are steps 11 through 13. That's when they have you actually start sewing through the, there you go, sewing the pieces together, the lining actually to the right side, and then flipping them out. If you're new to sewing and you got this beginner's very easy Vogue, which is highly likely, if you need to follow the steps that are written here just because you haven't sewn a lot, that's fine. It's not going to ruin your dress to have it be sewn one way or the other. As you can see, this one, I did exactly what they told me to do for the sake of doing the review as accurately as I could, and my dress is still very pretty. If you need to do it that way, it's okay. It's not going to make your dress look awful. If you are an experienced sewer and you know how to sew the sleeve lining to the inner lining and then just pop that in there, I highly recommend that. Hand sewn sleeves always look much better than stitched sleeves. What I will probably do with this one, well, here, I should actually show you why it's a problem to begin with. So the way that they have you sew the sleeve, this is what you could potentially end up with depending on your fabric. So this is my lining, which has been understitched, which is a technique that you're supposed to use, which keeps your lining from coming out, but it doesn't always work, once again, depending a lot on your fabric. So what I will probably do after this review is over and I'm just keeping this dress for myself, I'll probably go back in with my machine and just either stitch this on top like this, or I will actually take this out and hand sew it together so that this doesn't show. This is another place. The colors are a place that you'll frequently see understitching, and as you can see here, it's very nice and it doesn't pop out. So that is why I would not recommend doing the sleeve the way that they have it done. Everything else for this pattern, it was really easy to follow. I enjoyed sewing it. I think it took me about 2 days, 2 long evenings of sewing to finish it. I love that it has pockets. That's probably my favorite thing. When I go out for lunch break, I can just pop my wallet in there and my little key fob for work, and that's all I'll have to take with me. What else is, oh, if anybody was interested, if you saw these glittery beauties, I made these. So proud. I love them. This is one of my favorite pairs. This is a 9 West shoe, and then I painted the bottom red, of course. And then these are AB glass stones, so I'll probably be doing a whole separate review on how to do this. But there are a whole bunch of shoes in my apartment like this. I actually have a shelf on the other side of me right now that has about 5 different pairs of crystal and acrylic shoes all over it. If you are interested in the fabric that this dress is in, I got it from fabrics.com. I did buy it a while ago, so I don't know if they still have it. At this point, unless you live somewhere where it's still cold, it's probably a little out of season for you. But yeah, fabrics.com, I really like their selection, and their prices are good. It does take a little while to get items from them. I feel like their shipping is pretty slow. Other than that, it's a great place to shop. When I do post my blog post of this dress, I'll probably post pictures of it like this, just as it is, and then I will also post some pictures of what it looks like with my crinoline skirt underneath of it to give it a little retro poof. I do like the very easy Vogue pattern line. In particular though, if you're a decent seamstress or if you've been sewing for a while and you want to try something fun, the Vogue vintage patterns are awesome. I love them so much. The Vogue patterns you'll see me feature a lot on my blog because I just feel like they're so accurate. Their sizing is accurate. Some of the other patterns I work with, I frequently have to do a lot of alterations. Actually, I have to do the most alterations to the Butterick patterns, but the Vogue patterns I can almost just sew up every time, and they're just great. So if you are new to sewing, don't be scared of the Vogue patterns that look a little bit more difficult, because trust me, if you have to pick between a pattern that you have to work on and do all kinds of alterations to your dress or shirt or whatever you're making, that is going to take so much more time than following instructions to make something that's slightly more difficult. So if you're new to sewing or beginning seamstress moving into intermediate work, highly recommend that you start with Vogue patterns. Other than that, I hope that you enjoy this review. If you like sewing and I don't know, glittery crazy rhinestone shoes, everything on my blog is kawaii, meaning it's cute. I really like to feature and stick to the Japanese theme. Even this dress is something that I could see them wearing. It's very cute, it's very kind of retro, it's modest, you're covered. I really like to feature things like that. So if you like kawaii things and everything cute, homemade stuff, and good cooking, then definitely subscribe and follow my channel and visit my blog. So thanks for watching. Bye.